On a quiet Louisiana night in the spring of 2025, fire swallowed history. The Nottoway Plantation, once called the White Castle of the South, burned. The wedding tables were still set, the champagne still chilled, but the flames didn't care. Some said it was lightning, others sabotage. But in the smoke, some swore they saw shadows dancing, heard chains dragging, heard weeping in languages long silenced. Was it just fire, or something older? Tonight we go beyond the headlines, beyond the ashes. We look into what Nottoway was, and why its burning in 2025 may not be an accident of nature, but a reckoning. In the heart of Louisiana stands the Nottoway Plantation, America's largest antebellum mansion. Its beauty is undeniable, but beneath the marble columns and manicured lawns lies a history soaked in pain. Tonight, we walk its haunted halls and hear the stories that were never meant to be told. Built in 1859 by John Hampton Randolph, Nottoway wasn't just a mansion. It was a statement of wealth powered by slavery. Over 150 enslaved Black people built and maintained this White Castle of Louisiana. With 64 rooms, 22 massive columns, and gold-trimmed ballrooms, Nottoway symbolized excess. But for the enslaved, it was a prison. They lived in small cabins, endured brutal conditions, and were rarely acknowledged in history books. A wealthy sugar baron, Randolph bragged about progress while enforcing slave labor. He kept meticulous records, but rarely mentioned the people who made his wealth possible. Today, their names are mostly lost, but not forgotten. Visitors say they've heard whispers in the sugarcane, crying in the cabins, and chains dragging across marble floors. The spirits of the enslaved haven't left, and maybe they never will. Legend speaks of a secret room hidden away for the Black help. It was here they danced, mourned, and prayed. Though undocumented, locals whisper that it held the soul of the house, the joy of survival in a place built to break them. In the late 1800s, a yellow fever outbreak swept the land. Enslaved people who died were buried in unmarked graves near the plantation. No headstones, no names, just grass, silence, and sorrow. A popular ghost story tells of a woman seen staring out of the second-floor window. Some say she was a servant who took her life. Others say she watches over the house, waiting for justice. During the Civil War, the mansion was spared by Union soldiers because Randolph claimed neutrality. But for the enslaved, there was no neutrality. Freedom was still years away, and the plantation kept running. Today, Nottoway is a luxury resort. People get married where slaves were beaten. They sip champagne near cabins that held screams. Is this erasure or evolution? The plantation profits from beauty, but history bleeds beneath the floorboards. Who tells the story? Who gets remembered? And who gets erased for the sake of comfort? We speak their names today, not as property, not as labor, but as people, parents, artists, daughters, sons. They lived, they loved, and they left their spirit behind for us to remember. The Nottoway Plantation may have stood in silence, but we will not. Tell these stories, ask the hard questions, and remember, where there is pain, there is also power. If this moved you, subscribe, share, and help lift the voices time. Tried to bury Black Stories Untold.